What is going on, everyone? Chris with Journals, Comics, and Pop Culture. Today's video, I have another Facebook post here, right here in this comic book group with an individual trying to sell 1,500 Marvel comics, all modern, from the last 8 years. And we're going to pose the question, or really, honestly, look at the truth of the fact that comic books of the modern kind are not worth money overall. If you aren't subscribed to the channel, please take some time to do so. Check out all the links in the description below as well. But let's get into this. Now, we're going to look at this from a few different points of views because it's not completely black and white. A lot of nuances involved. But let's look at what this individual was trying to do first. Now, you see here, he says, I have around 1,500 Marvel comics from 2016 to 2014. He says that a lot. He's willing to split up if interested in full runs. All are very fine near mint. This is an almost complete list of what I have. Looking to get 1,300 for all. So let's look at this first and foremost. He's asking less than $1 a book for books that are $3.99 or higher cover price. So my first question to you all is that a good deal? I mean, think about this. All of us who collect comic books of the modern kind that go to our LCSs every Wednesday and have some type of pull list, we still read. Maybe we read some, maybe we collect variants, maybe we like covers, maybe we just collect to possibly have some type of investment. And I'm specifically talking about real modern books. Like for me, obviously, I do a lot of different things and I buy comics as investments, silver, bronze, keys, etc. But specifically talking about modern books here, it's like for me, when I go and buy modern books, I don't really speculate at all. I'm not buying them because I think they're going to be worth money in the long term. I buy them for one, because I think I'm going to read them. And still, I don't have time to read a lot of them, but I try to read as much as I can. And two, I like the covers. Sometimes I will get cover Bs or just covers because they look cool. But then I do collect my favorite characters. But that's not just because they're my favorite characters, because I read the books too. Like I read all Spider-Man books. But so again, is this a good deal? It's like under $1 each. Look at all these. You got New Mutants, X-Force, Avengers, Champions books, Black Panthers, Captain Marvel, Luke Cage, Guardians, some Spider-Man, renew your vows. All kind of cool stuff here. Eternals, Namor, more Spidey stuff, Thunderbolts, X-Men, lots of good stuff. Infinity War stuff. I mean, going and going and going. And look at this. Here's some pictures right there. Lots of good stuff. But this is where you come to the point of looking at how we as collectors value modern books. And I'm going to tell you right now, I would never. I'm not a wealthy person at all. I'm a single parent struggling. Even if I wasn't struggling right now, I would not drop $1,300 on these books. Not as a reseller, not as a collector, not as a investor, not as anything. I would not drop $1,300 on these books. You know how much I would pay for these books? For a collector, I honestly wouldn't want them, because that's not how I collect anymore. Maybe I would want a few out of there, like, oh, Spidey books, great. But I don't have any need for these. If I wanted to read some of them, I would have already read them, or I might go digital, go on the, Marvel Unlimited and read some. I don't even want them. I'm trying to get rid of some of my PC to make space for what I really want. As a reseller, I might pay 15 cents each. Honestly, I might pay 15 cents each. So, how many were there? 1,800, 1,500. I might give them $150 for these. No cap, as the kids say these days. That's it. That's all. Because I'm taking a huge risk and trying to take the time to resell them, maybe by putting them in dollar bins or even 50-cent bins. And even then, I'm going to be sitting on them for possibly years. And I might sell a couple here and there if I have like comic book garage sales in my front yard or something. But let's look at what people say. And this is going to show all of you a real truth. Now, again, all of you may have your own perception or perspectives right now as collectors and what you would do. But let's look at this. This individual right here says, oh no, this is the author. He's breaking it down. This individual right here says, I'm interested in Scarlet Spider, Fantastic Four, and Secret Empire. That's it. Let's see what this guy says, because he says, what's your ask for everything? Would you be picking up? Yeah, I can. He says, shoot me a PM, please. Maybe we can work something out. This was 6 days ago. I'm assuming that nothing was worked out because the post is still up. It's not marked sold. There you go. Let's go. I'm interested in Renew Your Vows and several other runs. Fantastic Four. Jacob, I'm interested in Scarlet Witch, run 1 through 15. There's a couple more comments, but I think that's about it. So what does this say? And this may go with what many of you are thinking about right here. I'm going to answer my own almost rhetorical question. Is this a good deal? Right here. Is this a good deal? $1,300. Selling it in bulk, it is not a good deal for a collector. Because the most collectors don't want all of that. Most collectors are very specific about what they want. When you sell in bulk, you attract resellers. And a reseller would never pay $1,300 for 1,500 modern books. Now, I can answer this to say $1,300 is a great deal when you look at cover price. Meaning if he priced all these books at like 85 cents and put them in boxes and put them in an LCS or had a garage sale, put them in boxes and put them out and he marked them at 85 cents. That would be a good deal. But what I'm trying to say to all of you watching is $1,300 is just simply not a good asking price for 1,500 bulk modern comic books. Because collectors want, and this is why I show the comments, the few that commented, what do they want? Select books that speak to how they collect. And now here's the caveat. Like, those collectors probably would be willing to pay about the 85 cents that he's asking per book. They would probably be more than willing to pay $1 per book, and maybe even a little more. They might be willing to pay $1.50 a book, just for those couple of little mini runs that they wanted. You see what I'm saying? So it's not the price per book that isn't of good value. It's the price for the amount of books that is not a good value. Because again, the one thing that I've talked about very often over the last few years, this concept of comic books, just because they are a comic book, appreciate in value, is a lie. It's a fallacy. It is not a fact. The majority of comic books are like vehicles. They're like cars, brand new cars. As soon as you buy them off the shelf, they depreciate in value. It's just a simple fact. As soon as issue number 13 of the new Black Panther series comes out, issue number 12 is sought after unless it has a first appearance or it's a key. And then it becomes back stock, and then it goes into the back issue bins. And then maybe if the LCS is pricing them at cover price, maybe they'll sell a few of them when they have their little, biannual sale where they're marked 50% off. Maybe. So I like that Jacob here is actually saying, look, I'm asking this price. I'm not mad at Jacob at all for asking $1,300. I'm not. And if I was him, I would start out higher than that. I would. Not gonna lie. I would start out higher than that just to see if somebody would buy. But most likely, nobody is. Nobody would. So then what do? You break them into smaller lots. You put in the work. You attract what the individual collector is truly seeking. And then you can even get a premium for the book. So instead of the 85 to 90 cents that he's asking, he may be able to ask $1.25, $1.50 for a lot of 50 books. And that is a smart move if you're ever really wanting to get rid of some of your collection that is modern book fodder. All right? So that's my video today, folks. It's all about the nuances of how to do this stuff, guys. Again, it's not black and white. It's not like, oh, Jacob is, oh, well, how dare you ask $1,300? No, it's not that. It's understanding how to maximize your sale in a timely fashion and how to really speak to individual collectors. Now, I will say this before we go. If Jacob was in need of a lump little piece of cash and needed to get these off quick, maybe he could have asked like $500. I got to move this week, and maybe see if someone would scoop it all up. But again, doesn't seem like he's in much of a hurry. I hope that Jacob has sold some piece by piece, breaking these down, and like I said, hopefully getting even more than that 85 to 90 cents that he's asking. So let me know what you all thought of this video today and the take on this. Let me know what you thought of the asking price and of the inventory that he has, and how would you go about this? Was there anything that interested you all? Would you have bought the whole lot? Maybe you were one that would have bought the whole lot, but what interests you, and how much would you be willing to pay if you actually wanted Jacob here to kind of piece together some of these little runs or specific books of specific characters for you, however you wanted to do it? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Thank you guys so much for watching. Be well, and until next time.